Hello, and welcome to Bad Dog Comedy TV and Our Next Guest. As you well know, Our Next Guest is an entirely improvised interview program in which neither the guest nor the host know what the topic will be until the moment it appears on screen. Our guest will, of course, be an expert on that subject, even if they have never heard of it before. Now, without further ado, our host, Liz Johnston.
Hello. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to our next guest. To say I have turned over a new leaf since last week's interview would be an understatement. I have really grown, and I believe the program has grown as well. It has also outgrown one of our segment producers and assistants, Kenny. So this will be the first week in which I, having asked him to think about leaving, which he did and then asked me if he could, left. So in place of Kenny, I would like to take this opportunity to welcome, of course, for the first time ever, his cousin. I believe it's, is it Denny or?
Kenty. My name's Kenty. Hey, Elizabeth. Really thrilled to be on the show, Elizabeth. I think it's going to be great.
Okay, we talked about how many times you need to say my name.
Oh, I said it too many times, Elizabeth. Oh, so I was about to do it again.
Here it goes again.
I caught it.
And
though.
I can't explain to you how terrified I am to mispronounce your name. Could you say it again?
It's Kenty. So like Kent, and then but like you're sort of friendly with Kent.
I
so you're
see,
like, hey,
yes.
Kenty, how's it go? You want to go?
The province in England.
Kenty. Yeah, like I guess is it a province? I don't know.
Well,
but,
I'm not. Yes. All right, Kenty, you can hop off now.
Okay.
So glad to have you here. What? Kenty, what?
I Uber Eats just a glass of water because I know Kenny used to get you a glass of water.
I don't believe in Uber as an
I Uber Eats you that glass of water. I mean, it's gonna hurt my rating if you don't.
That's my doorbell.
Yeah, I know.
I'm in the middle of this is live.
Okay.
In fact, this was supposed to be 10 to 15 seconds tops.
Okay, well, I guess I'll cancel.
All right, Kenty.
You
don't have to cancel it. Just tell him to leave it, okay? It'll turn to ice soon enough.
Okay, I'll tell him.
Just tell him to leave it
Okay.
be.
Thanks, Elizabeth.
Oh, sure thing. All right. Thank you, Kenty. Anyway, as I said, I've gotten contacts, I've gotten Kenty, and I'm ready to bring on our next guest, who I've been trying to get on the show for over 15 years. He is a visionary, he is a vanguard, he is everything that I wanted to be growing up, and so much more. Please welcome... I can't believe I get to say this out loud. Please welcome to the stage, Lloyd Hairbanks. Lloyd, welcome to the program. Oh, my goodness.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Oh, you know what, Lloyd? The art of the tuxedo is lost on so many, and you pull it off with such ease.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that sentiment. It is a pleasure to see you, Liz.
Oh. Stop it, Lloyd.
I can't help myself. I am smitten. Well, well.
You said that aloud.
Wow.
Lloyd, you know what? I understand you've published your 6th book. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Well, thank you so much for doing that. I should, of course, introduce you to our guests. I don't know who on this earth wouldn't know you already. Okay, but for those of you who might not, Lloyd is, of course, the chief agricultural engineer of high-altitude organic farming, and it needs to be said, as well as cell philosophy at the University of Oxford. So, honestly, Lloyd, what a mouthful. Yes. You know, what an impressive mouthful. How long have you been at Oxford now? You're a professor emeritus at this point. Yes.
Yeah, that's correct. It's 38 years and counting. I arrived in 82 and
Sure.
have not looked back, except for when I met you, of course.
Okay. I did come to one of your lectures once, Lloyd, and I asked a question which you called astute.
I did.
And I haven't forgotten it.
I have
forgotten.
not as well. Wow. That's
You're still a charmer, Lloyd.
I can't forget John Hopkins, University, Baltimore. There we were, 1992. Yeah.
I remember 92.
I do. Yeah.
I tell you what, if I had had as many high balls as you had, I wouldn't be able to speak so eloquently on agriculture. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, we should of course be speaking to the book,
Yes.
Lloyd. So, Kenty, throw that back up for the viewers at home, would you? Of course. Now, the key here, viewers, is high altitude organic farming. So, Lloyd, I mean, I for a long time thought it was impossible to farm on the north face of Kilimanjaro, of Everest, of K2, and you and your team proved not only me but the world wrong.
Yes.
So tell me exactly how you came up with the thought that potatoes could survive at such high altitudes,
Yes.
and what gave you the drive to do it?
Good question. Great question. First and foremost, and it could easily be summed up in one word, and that word is consent. Consent. Yes.
Of course.
Had we have just asked the wonderful folks of Kenya specifically,
Yes, yeah, sure.
the ones who own and operate and maintain Kilimanjaro, I think a lot of us just kind of leave it up to nature. But no, there's a lot of hands on deck to maintain its glory, its beauty, its magnificent height.
Yes, yes.
We tend to forget that it loses 3 to 5 yards, or however that converts to metric. It changes every day.
I don't want to hear it in meters. I don't want to hear it.
It's not. But that's part of the game, is making sure there's consent. Once there's consent, we can then begin talking about which type of spud, as it were, shorthand.
Right. And you're a real spud lover.
I am.
Excuse my language. You are a bit of a spud guy.
They often say what's synonymous with hair banks? Spud loving. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Gosh.
Okay, but let me just get back to it though, because there was of course the Great Fire that took out most of your crops on Kilimanjaro. Oh no, sorry, it was Everest. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was Everest.
It was Everest.
And people said, this high up, the flames, the cold, how is this even possible? Did you do something to the mountain, etc.? And I will say that I thought that you handled that beautifully when you were being so vigorously accused of essentially almost burning down Everest. And I think that was such a beautiful talk you gave afterwards. Can you just tell us what that whole ordeal kind of taught you?
Yeah. I get choked up.
I know.
It's.
I know. We
in our
lost
field,
a lot of good glaciers on that.
we definitely had to say goodbye as they melted away, and there's nothing we could do. One of our colleagues insisted they brought their hair dryer. They insisted, and I understand.
Onto the mountain,
because hair care is self-care, and that's understood. That is, is a creed we live by.
Absolutely.
Hair care is self-care, regardless of your location or your whereabouts. You must feel good about your hair. That is absolutely number one.
That is one thing I love about your books, is that you are speaking to us about the academics.
Yes.
You are speaking to us, on that intellectual level.
Correct.
But every once in a while, there's a little tidbit there that, and
Yes.
it's self-care.
Yes, exactly. I'm loving what your hair is full. It's red. It's magnificent as always. I would assume it smells delightful. I bet it is a walk in the park, as much as we would like to say. as they say. I'm off topic. I'm sorry.
The mountain.
It is
the burning
correct.
mountain. Yeah.
Yes.
So you learned.
We learned that there's only one thing you can do, which is to protect yourself at that stage. When you are up that high, there is not a team responsible for the lives except for the team of you.
One. Yeah.
One.
And I will say your most recent biography, A Team of One.
Yes.
Congratulations on the Pulitzer, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me cite you as well. It was an honor to share with the world.
Well, I was always, I thought maybe Team of One could become Team of
A team of two, yes. But nonetheless, it cannot.
Distance grows fonder, though.
It
surely.
really does. It surely.
Did I tell you I got your?
Yes. Good. Poinsettias. Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Tell me again. You told me the first time what a poinsettia represents.
Yes, it represents the inner workings of the spirit of Christmas, the festive, the holiday. It represents symbolically the joy you feel, regardless of your age, in being captivated by the wonder of chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Yes. Yes.
Careful, the audience is gonna get you to sing if you keep that up.
I don't know.
The audience is gonna keep you singing.
I can't do that. I will say that the holidays does hit different this year with all that's been going on with the Hairbanks estate.
Now, I wasn't going to presume to make this into a personal interview.
Yeah.
If you are willing.
Yeah.
To dive in a little bit. Obviously, what's been going on with the Hairbanks estate is life-changing. Is there anything you wanted to share here for the public?
Well, it's no secret. My life has been out there. I am transparent. I am divorced, as you all know. And with that, I've had to separate with the house. The house is. We've accumulated a couple of homes. Yeah. And I can accept
that family, that hereditary home. That was a beautiful.
That's right. Yeah.
What are you gonna do without Hairbanks Castle? Is there any?
I'm going to get a condominium in Vancouver. I think that is how I shall. There's really no replacing that home. So the second best option is to fill the void with reliving my youth, which are gone, long gone, way gone.
No, come on.
There's no way I can relive my youth, but I can make an attempt. I can make an attempt, and that's what I've done. Is I bought a condominium in Vancouver.
I like the country. I'll say that much.
Yeah.
I like the country you chose.
Well, Canada, of course. It's
close enough.
That's right. Rather, it chose me.
Oh.
I can't.
I could go on and on and on and on and on and on, and you have my personal number.
Of course.
Before that, I think I know our audience has questions that they want to ask you. I encourage them to ask you now.
Good.
I think we've received a number of questions for you.
Okay.
The first one I want to engage is, of course, what is your favorite school of cell philosophy?
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah. Well, my favorite school of cell philosophy would have to be the rule where there's obviously obligatory rules in place for not being on the phone. This takes me back to early aughts, right? Before we discovered the color on the screen, right? Yes. When it was black and white, where we had the Nokia, there was the Nokia era where there were brick phones and you could play Snake. Yes, you really had to have a quick thumb. Your reflexes had to be just right there. And there was.
Is it a T or is it an S? Is it a T
yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah,
but in more the underpinnings of that era were that in which if you would like to make a phone call, preferably reach me after 9 p.m. Why? That is when my unlimited minutes start. And that's when I can really get into an in-depth, long, deep, rich conversation. I can't do it during the day. I only have so many minutes. And please do not text me until after 9.
And that, I mean, that is why I think you are one of the greatest pragmatists of our time.
Thank you so
you're
much.
looking to how we utilize our phones, sure, but what if we lost and what if we gained? And, when I think of a utilitarian approach to cell phones, I think of, what is Hairbank saying now about cell phone technology?
Exactly. Thank you.
And how utilitarian is it when we lose the basic utility of the item itself?
Exactly right. A lot accuse
I'm
me.
quoting you there.
Thank you. It's wonderful to hear my words out of that beautiful mouth. Excuse me, if I may. Wow. It's my beautiful words, your beautiful lip. Huh? How about that? It's nice. I wanted to call out to the Ned Luddites, and let them know I hear you, I see you, I understand the fight, and there's no way we can allow these cell phones to take our place in the work.
And I agree with you completely. That is the first step in losing our humanity. We do have another question. This one comes from a young boy, I think.
Oh,
Brian.
I love the children.
Yeah. So we're going to throw that up, Kenty. Oh, there it is. That's nice. Younger viewers. What is the greatest threat to the natural world? Also, okay. This is I don't know, but I'm gonna say the question. Keep in mind he is a child, so it might be a poorly framed joke.
No.
How much for? And he's misspelled it. Fairbanks Castle. I assume he's referring to Hairbanks Castle, of course.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I understand. That is what children do. How much for a Hairbanks Castle? There's no price. There's no price. It cannot be measured in the way that we value dollars.
I mean, your wife did say that it was the equivalent of $66 billion.
Yeah, if we want to talk in terms of dollars, yes,
Right.
it's around
Sorry,
there.
of course.
And that is, as we know, a lot of money for any one person to have. But
The first part of the question.
yes,
Lloyd,
what is the greatest detriment
what is
to
the greatest threat to the natural world?
greatest threat to the natural world? Well, that is such a profound question. And again, these are just my thoughts and my opinions and my recommendations. I would say the greatest threat is yourself. A lot of times we are in our own way. When we have found our passion, we must follow it, unyielding, unwavering. Do not stop when there is a stop sign once you have found love. Do not live with regrets. In fact, make the mistakes and be okay with them later, as long as you know you've strived towards following your true love.
It's nice, Lloyd. I remember similar words in 92.
Yes, I do too. I as well.
Of course, before you met Karen in 93, I guess.
That's it. Yep. I must have been somewhere in there. I don't know. The timeline's all mixed up. I don't know.
Sure.
Really have a good
Well,
handle.
tell you what, I would like to speak more about the book.
Oh, good.
Because it's so beautiful and so impactful. Now, Kenty, I understand we can throw up a few of the chapter titles that are our own favorites. Oh, excuse me. So, I mean, this is chapter 6, of course. Mitochondrial malaise, microscopic behavioral therapy for magnificent living. Now, I know that this might have just been a little bit of a fun for you and the alliteration police, but when we talk about mitochondrial malaise and behavioral therapy on a microscopic level, how does that make our living better? How can we really work on ourselves?
It's
on a
about
microscopic level?
the small things. Exactly right. Everything is about the small things. We joke, but it's a life and a life made up of teeny tiny, teeny weensy, itsy bitsy things. It's
You know what's funny, Lloyd, is that I lost you for the moment when I think you just gave us that kernel
oh
of truth.
Oh.
Would you mind repeating yourself for a moment?
yes. It's about teeny tiny, weensy bitsy little things. That is what our life is made up of, and how we relish in those tiny things. I mean, love in all its glory It's usually discovered through our pheromones, which are microscopic, tiny, teeny, weeny little things.
Yeah, I mean, I think little things can mean so much. Whether it is, a hormonal or pheromonal, experience of each other, or it is just, waking up in the morning and finding yourself alone.
Absolutely.
Here's a question from Kenty. You two... Kenty, could you remove that from...
I believe
I'm so sorry about that.
I believe I
He's
did
new.
see that.
He's new, though. I want to apologize, Lloyd, again. He
Sorry
is new.
about that, Elizabeth.
No, Kenty,
I just
don't.
thought
You don't
we
need to.
seemed to have a bit of a rapport, is all. So I.
Yeah, there's no need to pop on, Kenty. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Okay. Sorry.
I don't
Yeah.
think Kenty's wrong. I would
come
agree
on.
with Kenty. I think
Lloyd.
that is a fair assessment.
Lloyd, we haven't even seen each other in person in a decade.
I want to change that. In those poinsettias are 2 plane tickets, one for you and your mother.
You remember my mother.
Yes.
She still talks about you. Oh my God.
Yes.
Here it is.
Yes, that's right.
I cannot believe you did this.
I did.
Oh my God, everyone, look
Listen.
at that.
That is a plane ticket, 2
I
tickets.
can't believe it. I haven't been this surprised. Oh my gosh. Kenny is just gonna when I just go. He's
Yeah.
gonna be so oh my gosh. Okay, to Vancouver. I'm sorry, I'm reacting like a schoolgirl here. It's just how often do you get a plane ticket like that,
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
You don't have to make a choice now. You can think about it.
Well, I think the answer is clear. I think I'd love to come.
Oh, well,
I think I would. I think I think I would.
well, I
My
will
mother is grounded because she's on a no-fly list, but I would love to.
understand.
I would love to.
I understand. That is delightful. I am happy. I'm
Viewers,
so
this
happy.
is the first time anything like this has happened.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've lost track of myself. The book, your book. Would you please? I have a copy here. I got an early advance copy. Would you tell the viewers what your audience what your what your book is called?
Yes. Let's see here. Well, it's my brain is just I'm just drawing a fog. All I can think about is how happy I am right now because I'm going to see you and you're going to see me. And we're going to see each other.
I don't know. We're gonna see each other. We're gonna see.
Last time we saw each other was Baltimore, 1992, November 14th. It's the book is titled.
The book. Yes, the book.
Yes,
of course.
Hairbanks and Me, a friendly jolt through cell and agriculture times.
And that is available now in print and online, I believe, if that's right. We would, of course, like to encourage people to shop at your local bookstore.
Yes, please.
If possible. I do wonder, of course, Lloyd, if, there is a dedication to someone special in the front.
Absolutely. You know who it is.
Well, I mean, I always assumed that you'd written it for Karen before the divorce.
Absolutely not. I can't tell you who's been my motivation aside from you. It's only been you. It's dedicated absolutely to you.
It's such a shock because, I look through the shelves and you always dream of something like this happening and, and then you see it on the shelf. And anyway, here is the book. It's available.
Yes. It's you, Liz.
To pick up. I think it's absolutely, and I'm speechless myself.
Good.
I'm acting like a schoolgirl.
Yes.
But I want to let you go by giving us one more of your tidbits. You've reminded us about hair care. You've reminded us about the teeny tiny things in the world, and leave us, Lloyd, with one more of your classic hair banksisms.
Yes.
what do we take away from Hairbanks and me? What do we take away for our lives?
I think the most important message, aside from the one we've shared, which is to follow your love, is to you and a friend head over to an island when times are rough and maybe pick up a little bit of marijuana, and you go to town on that marijuana and let it release you. Sober minds can't cut through the stress, and maybe that shall help. And when it's taking you far enough, you put that weed down, as they say. Leave that weed alone, man. That is my hope.
Come on. Okay, I'm gonna let you go on those, and I hope you go to town on that weed and whoever's around you as well. Thank you so much for joining us, Lloyd. I will see you on the 17th.
Yes, you will. Thank you.
Oh, goodbye. Viewers, it's rare that I share my personal life with you, but I realize now the meaning of what Lloyd has been saying about sharing love, and it's really powerful. And so I wanted to say I love you, and I appreciate you watching.
Oh, thanks, Elizabeth. I love you
Kenty,
too.
for the love of Christ. Thank you so much for joining us here on our next guest. I have been your host, Elizabeth Johnston. Please join us next week for our final show of the year. We will be taking some time off after that. Please continue to watch any and all shows on baddogtheater.com on YouTube, our very favorite network. You can make a donation at our website, or Kenty will put it into the chat. Thank you again for watching, as always. Be safe out there, and I might come back a different woman in the new year. I'll see you soon, Lloyd.